Good morning, good morning. It's early for me, but I wanted to come and show you how to use our Botanical foundation. I know a lot of people have some issues or not sure really how they're supposed to use it because it's different. This foundation is actually a wax-based foundation, so it has natural oils and wax. And the purpose of the wax is it allows more pigment to be held. I have to apologize now for my stuffiness because it's just bad. Anyway, on to the next. So when dealing with professional wax-based foundation, it needs to be what we call warmed up. Reason being, wax, when you have wax, and especially when it's cold, it's a solid form. So you need to literally like warm it up for the product to work well and smooth well all over your face. Excuse the hormonal things that I have going on right now. They're pretty bad. But what we're going to start with is, there's a new way that I started applying my primer, because we have a spray primer, and normally I spray it over my face, but what I've been liking lately is spraying it directly onto the brush and then working it and buffing it into my skin that way. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm just going to spray a few times, and yes, I know I still have my glasses on. And I really feel like the product gets all over my face doing it this way, because I can actually feel it. I can feel it in every spot that it's going. And then I spray one more time for the top half of my face. Don't forget those eyes. Corners of those nose, underneath the eyes. And I apply it just as if I'm applying my foundation. And now I know that the product has gotten everywhere on my face. So now I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And there's a few different ways of applying this foundation. You can use a scraper. They have plastic ones. I use my metal one because I have it. And you would literally like scrape some of the product out. I personally go straight in because it's my personal one with my brush, and I just swirl it around like that a few times, and then I'll put it all over my face. So really, it's up to you. When you're using it for other people, then you would want to have a scraper, and they have plastic scrapers in a few different places that you would be able to get that from. And then you would just literally scrape out a small amount, because of so much, the amount of pigment. This is 50% pigmented, so because there's so much pigment, you don't need a lot. Most foundations that you buy only have 18 to 23% pigmentation, causing you to have to use a lot of product. Well, with this being 50% pigmented, you don't need a lot. I still tend to overuse because I'm so used to using a lot to cover up everything. So now I feel like that part of my face is dry. I'm going to go right in with my brush and just swirl it around like this. And I like to get a nice layer on my brush. And then I'll start just dabbing it all over my face. And if you can see, I hope you can see, the lighting is like really bad right now. It covers what I did in that one swirl. It was able to get over my whole face. Now what I'm going to do is just start buffing this in. And because it's being applied to my skin, and my skin is warm, it's going to help warm up the product. So this is where you would take and just keep buffing it in. The warmer it gets, the smoother it spreads and gives a nice even coverage. Make sure you get all up in that hairline because you don't want to look like you have a mask on. And you just start working that in. You know, this is great. A lot of women, this is great for all skin types as well. I know some of my women with more mature skin, before trying it, was a little afraid because, you know, they were afraid that it would sit into the creases and make their wrinkles look more pronounced, but it doesn't do that. This foundation is meant to look like your natural skin. Whatever you have going on already there is going to still be there, but it's going to give you more of a smoother look. Now, as you can see as well, that nastiness that I had going on down there is being covered. So, depending on the type of coverage you like, would be if you stop here. Me personally, I like more full coverage, so I normally go in twice with it. So I'm just going to swirl it around again to get more product on my brush. And then I'm just going to apply again. And then just work it in. You know, if you apply this foundation and you feel like it's too heavy on your skin, you absolutely used way too much and you didn't buff it in enough. And it really, it doesn't take a long time. As you see, I just put some of it on my brush, swirled it around, and now I'm just swirling it around on my skin to give that nice smooth coverage. Well, that nice smooth look. Because at the end of the day, we want this to just look like we have really great skin. One nice even tone. And you just work it in. You work it in until you feel like you've worked it in enough. And there you have it. So it's really that simple. And at this point in time, if you wanted to go in with concealer, you could absolutely go in with concealer for any dark circles that the foundation may not have covered. And what I like to do, I don't like to correct the correction. So I personally like to apply the foundation first all over the face and see how much coverage I'm getting from the foundation, because sometimes you don't need to apply concealer like you thought you did, especially with this foundation being so pigmented. So you apply the foundation first, and then afterwards you see what needs to be covered up, what dark circles may show through, and then you would go in with your concealer color, which I can show you that, and conceal then. So this is my concealer color. I'm just going to take my brush yet again and just swirl it around. And then I'm just going to take and dab on any areas that I see that I still may want to cover up. And when you use your concealer color, it blends right in with your foundation. Especially for those ladies who don't like to wear a lot of makeup and just want to have like nice skin, nice looking skin, and they don't want to look like they're wearing makeup, this is for you. This is all you would do. You could even do the top eyelids to make them look a little more even in color. And then you go back in gently and just buff out what you just did, because it's all going to smooth through. And there you have it. Let's put my glasses on so I can see. And there you have it. Full coverage. I hope this was helpful, and until the next video, I will talk to you all soon. Bye.